Hello friends. So we have today in our terms in linguistics explained series, we have today content and function words. See, if you can see this boy, girl, go, eat, good, nice. So nouns, verbs and adjectives, they are stems. They are called the content words. Content words. Why are they called content words? They are stems. These are stems of nouns, then verbs, adjectives. Isn't it? They are called content words because they express some informational content. They tell us, they give us some information. That is, somebody is going, somebody is eating, then that person is good, that person is nice, or that is a boy, that is a girl, like that. And secondly, they are independent of grammatical system. One, they give information. And information. Second, independence. They are independent of grammatical system. Grammatical system means even without knowing the grammar, you can understand. It conveys the sense, or meaning, you can say, or content. When we say meaning, content, and so on, when you think about linguistics, it's very. See, for example, Ferdinand is a shoe. For him, there is no meaning. There is only difference. That's why we don't want to enter into all those things because we will be discussing these things when we are doing structuralism. Okay. So for the time being, you keep this in your mind that they are independent of grammatical system. Means they express meaning even without our knowledge of any grammar or grammatical rules. And third point about this, they are open class. Open means they welcome similar words into their group. Not a closed. Open means, see, for example, you can say after the fast, or you can say in this fast changing world. You remember now the glasnost, then perestroika. Those words were not English words, but at the time of Gorbachev, Russia, Russia under Gorbachev, these two words entered into English. So up to that time, we have no idea. They were not accepted as English words, but from the time of Gorbachev onwards, then what happened is that in English we started using them. So new words are allowed to enter. New words are allowed to enter. Means it is open. And when they say the door is open, that means you can enter the room. In this way, content words are open. Or you can see, after this computer revolution, thousands of new words were coined. And they were accepted into this. Laptop, then uploading, downloading, you see. When you say, once upon a time we will say uploading means say loading a lorry, you see. Or downloading means taking things from a lorry or a public carrier or a bus or a train or a goods train and so on. But now it has got different meaning, isn't it? So they are new words. When you have got new meaning, then they have new words. Or you have got what is certain language we use, in computer. See, cassette, then you have got chip, you have got DTP, desktop reading. So these things, what happens is they have ended, or internet, see, netizen, never heard of netizen, we are all netizens, Wi-Fi. So new words were coined and they were taken and accepted in this fold. That's why it's called the open class. So First we have see the content words. Content words are stems of nouns, verbs and adjectives. It's like boy, girl, go, cat. Go eat, not cat eats. And good and nice. As a 3 points to remember about this content words are, they give information. They are independent of grammatical system and they are open class. They are open class. Okay. Now we can take the function words. Function words means, that is, see, this prepositions to, by, then with, in, and so on. Prepositions. One is prepositions. Then we have got conjunctions. Conjunctions like and, see, but, and so on. And then you have or, these are conjunctions. And then you have got articles. Articles like a, and, the, isn't it? So you have got articles of then pronouns, he, she, his, and so on. These are pronouns. So we call them function words because they have a function expressing syntactic relations between units in a sentence. So that is the function. They express syntactic relations. For example, they express syntactic relations. Syntactic means of syntax. Syntactic relations of units in a sentence. As you can see, Tom is hit by Jerry. See that? Syntactic relation. Then Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry. Then you have got Tom saw a table. Not Tom saw a table. Or Tom saw the table. We don't say Tom saw just mere table. See? Tom saw his Jerry. See, these are syntactic relations. You cannot say Tom saw Jerry, then that will be different meaning. So this is why we call these functions function words. They have got a function. Understand? So also you can see, say, you have got the Isama, the function words there. Isama, they are function words. Auxiliaries, no? Primary auxiliaries forms up to be. So what happens is that this content words, they give information. This don't no information, but they are syntactically, they express syntactic function, independent grammatical function. They are tied down. They cannot have any position or any role except grammatical role. Understand that? That is connecting and say by agent and so on. That is, or whether it is something is definite or indefinite, like a and the. So that's grammatical. They have only grammatical role. They don't give any information to us. That's why they are called function words. The function is like that. And we have already seen these functions. Understand? And they are closed group. They are not independent. They are closed group. Closed group means or closed class. We are using here class now. So closed class means there is no increase. No new preposition, never seen. No new preposition, no new conjunctions, no new pronouns, no new articles. Ever since probably you might have been learning English, only 3. Whether you are in PG or class 1 or say doctor, you are doing your doctorate or any such thing, you have only 3 articles. And you have only pronouns like I, he, his, him, etc. Isn't it? Nothing more than that. No plus there. But an open class means there is always a plus. Yes, it is open means it is other members can get in. Entry, in this case, entry is forbidden. It's a forbidden fruit service. You cannot, door closed. In function class, door is closed. In content class, that is open so the door is open. Understand? Door is closed means no new additions. Absolutely no new additions. And some days or some people tried another kind of proposition like this. That is like I think in some languages we have I bought apple, nothing else. And for that there is a special proposition in some other language. But English there is no scope at all. There is no. So it is a closed door. And now definitely you will ask me something about, you remember I told you about in the last, after say few classes, means few days ago for example, I took a new thing called clitic. You remember clitic? Clitics. Say for example, apostrophe S and small words like then you have got S, its, short forms like this. I have now, I'd like this. Now these are not, you cannot consider them as closed class and you cannot consider them as function words. So that's why you call them clitics, means little words. They are little words. They can be expanded, isn't it? S can be is, or you can have can be I am we can say. So we can be I have. But here you cannot do any such thing. Right? And cannot be expanded, that cannot be expanded, nothing of that sort can be done. So these little words are called clitics. Then you have got, you remember another class of words, not a class of words you can say, one or two. For example, you have got the plural S. Plural S. Plural S has got three pronunciations. Do you remember? S, then Z and is. Past tense, past participle, D, ED. You have now ED or past tense or past participle. You have got three pronunciations. That is, you remember there is past tense morpheme. You call this morphemes. Allomorphs. Allomorph means variant of a morpheme. They are also morphemes, but they are variant. Various. See, for example, I think that 5 days ago, so I took that lecture about this morpheme and allomorph. Allomorphs are variants of a morpheme. So here the morpheme is past tense, but it is realized or pronounced as three different ways depending on the phonetic context. I suppose I have explained those things there. Instead of, if I now go on explaining it, it might be quite boring for you. It takes only 2 or 3 minutes, so I humbly request you to go through that lecture. Understand? That is allomorph. So these are allomorphs. So, and then you have got words. See, I have written here function words. Actually, I should not have written it function words. Should have been morphemes. Because a word has got sometimes 3 or 4 or 5 morphemes like that. Understand? Because these are morphemes. Boy, girl, go. That is smallest meaningful unit in a language. That is morphemes. Then words means you can have anti-establishment errors. I took a class on that also. To say it requires 2 or 3 minutes. So I humbly request you to go through that. Now, when you think about words now, words, again I am using that words. Or when you think about stem, root and things like that, then what comes to your mind is, you have got 2 classes depending on in this way, content and function. Content means information, they are independent of grammar, grammatical functions, and that is open class, that means new words can enter. In this function class, only grammatical function, as such they have no meaning. When they stand alone, they have absolutely no meaning. Grammatical function is linking, connecting, so to say, like and so on, or agent, by, things like that. And then you saw that it is a closed class because no new ones are admitted. Understand? Hope that is clear to you. And then clitics, you please refer my class on clitics. And allomorphs and morpheme, please refer my class on, go through my class on, that is morpheme and allomorph. Understand? Yes. Hope that it is clear to you. Words means the way to say one word from the other is printed page. You have got the space, the white space. Isn't it? The white space is there. When you find anti-establishment, there is some white space is another word. Understand? Otherwise, there's no way out to find out a word. You can say that spacing, only through spacing, you can say this is a word. Because in a word you will find many morphemes. That's why we said that it is, you cannot say, a morpheme is a word, but a word is not a morpheme. A morpheme is a word. For example, this is a morpheme. See, boy. And this is a word. But anti-establishmentarianism is not a morpheme. It is a word. Why? Because in that word you have got many word elements with meaning, like prefixes and suffixes. Anti-establishmentarianism, you have one prefix and a procession of suffixes. Now, I have taken in detail classes on this, so I humbly request you once again, go through them if you have time. Otherwise, I have given you some hints, and that I think would be enough for today. Thank you for listening. Hope that you are enjoying and you are getting some benefit out of my classes. So bye, have a nice time, enjoy your life.